Hello and welcome to Concept Arc, a show where we discuss ideas for sequels, remakes, and original ideas for games, movies, and all kinds of entertainment. Together, me and Saber are going to talk about Predator, one of our favorite franchises, until recent movies decided to be
Yeah,
awful.
the autism hunting predator was not great. Not a great idea.
Are you saying weaponized autism is not a great idea? How?
Well, concept really. But yeah, so I wasn't really a fan of the new Predator. I like the original a lot. It's one of my favorite movies. And I like the sequel too. I know that one gets some hate for reasons. I don't think Predators was bad, but I don't think it was particularly great either. I think
Yeah,
that's
I thought
the original,
I
right?
I
Yeah.
pretty much agree with you. Great.
Predators versus Aliens, yeah, they're dumb. They're not great. Either one. I think the second one is a little better, but then it's too dark to really see anything. But the concept for both is absurd.
Yeah, but the second
Um,
one did have a cool Predator running around with the pistol, at least for that few
yeah.
scenes,
Well, the art and like the designs and stuff was good. They just like decided to make it dark as hell for no reason.
to make it spooky.
Yeah. But I think being rated R helped it a little bit maybe, but not a lot. They didn't really go all that violence or really anything. I mean, there was a scene where he kills the pregnant chick, which is spooky.
Eh,
But as far as absurd concepts go, I think today we'll be talking about a Predator movie I would do, and I would set it a bit further in the past, and I would have it be themed around a predator hunting pirates.
so AVP.
I guess technically, I didn't think about that.
Actually, no, I'm retarded. It's PvP.
Yeah, there'd be PvP.
I'm fucking retarded.
Yeah, so PvP. So the idea I have is we've seen kind of how predators hunt marines and stuff, but you know, at the end of the second one, you see that predators have been coming here for years, and you know that means they obviously hunted before. Tropical environments are like my favorite kind of environments for movies and games and things to be set in, even though a lot of pirate games and movies are trash. But the
An unfortunate reality.
yeah, Sea of Thieves, I wanted you to be great. But yeah, so you know, we've seen Predators with their kind of more advanced technology and stuff, and I think it'd be just more interesting to see a Predator who doesn't really have a shitload of gadgets like the one from Predator 2 does, but still has, you know, maybe like he goes around without the plasma caster. I think that's what they're called, right?
Yeah, the shoulder cannon's plasma caster.
So they go around without the plasma caster. So he just has like the claws and the cloak, and I think that would be maybe more in line for a predator hunting pirates. Plus, with all the sea and stuff, obviously you couldn't have a lot of open oceany kind of things. You'd probably have to set it around an island that these pirates are on, maybe like in Tortuga or something.
Yeah, some kind of piratey base.
Yeah. So they have their little piratey place, and I mean you could start the movie off where they know like the British or something are coming. So you start you start the movie off with a battle between the British, or you know whatever the law in that area was at the time. I'm pretty sure it was the British, and you have them come in, and the pirates are setting up a defense, and you know you start off with a pretty decent. You can start off with maybe not an action scene, but that could happen pretty early on. So the predator shows up. So, yeah, the way I would probably do it is I would have it be set back in the past a bit, because we've already seen kind of how they handle in the modern times. The future would also be cool, but probably require. Well, I mean, it would require a different take than what I'm about to go into. So I would set it in the past, you know, on Tortuga or some island. That way the predator can be on the island, and you could still have pirates and their ship and stuff. Setting it around the island being basically getting ready to be invaded by the British. So you set up the pirate crew. You give a little bit of time to introduce the characters, before the British show up, so you have a battle starting before. Well, you have introductions before the battle starts. So Captain John or whatever.
Maybe Captain Jack.
No, probably not. Mostly because everybody would equate it to Jack Sparrow, even though that's the picture we used.
Yeah, I know.
But yeah, so have it be like the pirate captain and his crew. Basically make it the Expendables, kind of like they did with the original, but just don't call it that. Where you get a whole bunch of, decent actors. Well, I mean, or at least actors you think could kind of do the roguish style of pirate.
Basically, you don't want them to look weak.
You don't want. Basically, it's a muscly man movie.
Yeah.
So these pirates, they get ready. A big battle between them and the British show up. Have them lose the battle, so they retreat into the jungle because they have another ship on the other side of the island. They're going to get to it and escape on that. So as they're going to that one, you have the Predator show up, and he starts hunting down the pirates and hunting down the British. So you kind of get basically the movie as it progresses. The pirates are trying to outwit the British and the Predator. The Predator's picking off, whoever he stumbles across, because Predator. And that would basically be a little bit of the first and how the second act would go. As far as the main part of the second act, I would probably put some kind of obstacle from getting to the second side of the other side of the island. Maybe like a mountain or a ravine or something that they have to cross. So they spend a little time dealing with that. Have the British catch up to them, or have them realize that the British aren't even chasing them. Maybe they get a vantage point they can see like down to their old dock, and the British ship is still there, but they don't see it being manned or anything. Something like that.
Yeah.
Then they head across the ravine or the mountain or whatever. So they have a bit of kind of adventure-y themes going on with that. So they're trying to avoid falling to their doom, basically. And they get to the other side, and they head down into the jungle. They deal with the Predator showing up and killing some of them. They eventually get to their ship. And for the last act, I'd probably do a big battle on the ship and on the beach, kinda, where it takes place in both, where they're on their ship trying to get away, and the Predator, maybe he doesn't use it till this point, but at this point he pulls out the shoulder cannon and blows a hole in their ship, so it doesn't get very far, so they can't sail away. Something like that. Then you have a big battle at the end. The final stinger I'd probably do is have the Predator be defeated by the last surviving pirate, and the pirate goes to shoot the Predator while he's on the ground, but the pistol, since flintlocks could jam up or they would misfire and stuff, so the pistol misfires, and then he looks at the pistol. He doesn't have any other weapons. He's like, lucky day, and he just throws the pistol on the Predator and walks away. And then that pistol is the one that the Predator gives to the guy at the end of the second one. That would be a very basic outline of how I would do things for this particular small idea I had that we decided to make an episode about.
I think that's a good idea for a story. I would have maybe before the Predator, during the final battle before the Predator takes out a ship, a British ship gets around the island or whatever. So you have a bit of a ship-to-ship combat. And then the Predator's kind of, you can see him on the beach, just kind of looking. You see him he's just kind of, not really huddled over, but he's observing, seeing how this is going. And his shoulder cannon just kind of pops out, and it's just one shot, no cuts, and this shoulder cannon just pops over his shoulder. You see it charging, you see a fire, and blows a hole in the ship, and he just stands up and turns invisible, and then it's just okay, so he's gonna be on the beach.
Yeah, he could probably just stay invisible.
Whatever.
Oh, I know what a thing you could do to kind of build tension. You could add a hurricane. That could build some tension. It could explain why they can't just leave right away when they get to the other side. There's a hurricane hitting the island. You don't want to sail in that. It could also help them decloak the Predator. So they don't resort to mud.
Yeah, because
Because you want it to
you
be
can make
different.
this could be like a older predator, and so he's not using as much of his gadgets as he
Yeah,
could.
I would definitely have him reduce. I think I said that, but yeah,
Yeah, I think he do.
yeah, I
But
would have him
reduce his
not have
gadgets.
as many gadgets. More either less or the same amount of gadgets as the Predator in the first one. Maybe no mimicky thing, because I know the Predator and the first Predator movie has the mimic thing he can do. Maybe just don't give him that, or don't give him the self-destruct thing.
Well, they have to carry the self-destruct thing in case they die in their technology.
Oh well, maybe. Except for the way I had it end, that would get busted either way, and that's how he gets the pistol.
Yeah, I think that'd be pretty cool because like, it would tie it together. It would ignore the predator, which everyone agrees is a good idea.
Yeah, I mean, the Super Predator idea could have been done a lot better than it was. I don't really like how it was implemented. For example, like, if you wanted to do a bigger, badder Predator, just make it an elite Predator with, like, I don't know, do what everybody does to make elites seem more elitish. Give it black armor or something.
Is that what they did in the third movie?
I don't I don't remember. They gave one Tusk. That one had Tusk. The other one had the bird thing. Or maybe
Yeah, and
the
then the
Tusk one
biggest,
was the bird thing.
yeah,
Because
there was the Mr. Black.
yeah, there was the Beastmaster who had the pets. There was the guy with the bird, or the Predator with the bird, and then the last Predator was like the big one.
Yeah, his name was like I think on set they were calling him Mr. Black.
Mr. Black. I don't remember. They all have names, and I could probably look it up, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, there's I remember some of them like Jungle Hunter was.
Well, yeah, the first one's simple. It's Jungle Hunter and then City Hunter. I think Mr. Black is actually the one from AVP 2.
No, that one's Wolf.
Oh, was it?
It was like,
oh, yeah, because he's lone
like
wolf. Yeah, that's right.
Wolf. Yeah. Because the one from the most recent Alien vs Predator game is also called Wolf, I believe.
Was it?
Yeah. They have like, I think there's 4 or 5 of them that are called Wolf. Regardless, that's a whole other thing. But yeah, Predator. You know, they have the ship-to-ship battle, and like, I think the scene with him just like taking on a bunch of pirates and trained British soldiers or whatnot, and they're all using bayonets and
Yeah, muskets and they're basically flintlocks. I think at that point in time, because I'm pretty sure that's what that pistol was at the end.
Yeah, it's flintlock.
Well,
But
I mean, I
you
knew
know,
it wasn't like a revolver or something.
yeah, I mean, you know what I mean. But seeing the Predators take out all of that, like doing sweet, not Matrix dodgy shit, but like dodging bayonets, or guy goes to stab and he just like smacks the gun, so it fires into someone else. Doing cool. Bring back a good choreographer.
Yeah, I would probably not have a CGI. I would probably try to have them avoid a CGI Predator as much as possible. Maybe get a bodybuilder to play the Predator, just so it's a big guy.
Yeah, you need to find like a bodybuilder, as someone who's beefy and tall.
Yeah, somebody who could definitely stand out. Probably kind of like how they did with Darth Vader. They had a big ass dude play him.
Yeah, I mean, in the first Predator, they had big ass people play him. Yeah, I think it was
something Peters that played the first Predator.
Peter May, who played Chewbacca. I know that guy sadly passed away, but what the hell was his name? Oh yeah, it was Kevin Peter Hall.
His middle name was Peter, so I was kind of right.
And he was also the Predator in the second movie.
But yeah, you set it up to where whatever effects I get, because I mean, the way you would do this would really depend on how much budget you could get. Having a mountain or a valley to get through for the second act, I think would be easier with a lower budget, as to where a hurricane would probably be more interesting to watch. Like basically they're trying to outrun the British, the Hurricane, and the Predator.
It's a triple whammy.
Yeah, and I mean, there's a couple things you could do. I would definitely make it how a lot of the other Predator movies go, where there's only one survivor. Well, most of them I think actually have at least two. Yeah, because it's the girl and the cop at the end of Predators 2, plus a shitload of science guys. Then in Predator,
Dutch and Anna.
Yeah, Dutch and Anna. And then at the end of Predators, it's the sniper chick and the guy. And then AVP, I guess AVP is the only one that has a single survivor. Cause that's
it's the one girl.
Yeah, it's girl. She has a name, I'm sure. Yeah, AVP just has that helicopter full of people, even though the town gets nuked.
Yeah.
And then
I think there's like 6 people.
Predators, a whole bunch of them survive, I think. Oh no, it's once again the girl, the guy, and his kid.
Yeah. And then scientists. But
even though the Predator in that movie does not give a shit about leaving technology laying around.
yeah, that's because that movie's awful, and Shane Black should be ashamed of himself.
There's a reason they killed him first. But yeah, maybe that was his revenge for being the first character to get killed in that movie, because I think that was Shane Black, right?
Yeah. He was the guy in the glasses that always told dirty jokes.
I would like a little pussy. Me too. Mine's as big as a house. But yeah,
That still makes me laugh.
If I went with the mountain route, I mean, you could do something kind of Indiana Jones-ish and put like a little temple in there. So they're trying to get through that, and there's traps in it for reasons. So they're running around avoiding the traps, so the traps kill off a couple of pirates and a bunch of the British. The Predator just goes around.
All right. He's bigger, faster, and stronger than them, so why not?
Yeah, and then when they get to the other side, they get jumped by the Predator. The Predator, kills a couple of them, because I'd probably have this Predator be a little bit different, to where he's not quite as much of a stalker as he's more of a brawler. Oh, that could be something I could do. Instead of giving him the claw, I could give him like the bow staff thing they have, the spear.
You gotta keep the gauntlet at least one, just because it's iconic as shit.
Yeah, maybe I'd give it one claw. That's how I'd change it up.
Pirate hook.
Instead of like having 2 claws, it's just one.
I think it'd be cool.
I mean, he could still impale you through the fucking heart with it and lift you off the ground. But yeah, I think that'd be cool. So yeah, do that, and then you could have. Let's see, what else could be cool that would fit in this. So if I went the hurricane route, I would probably have the island be mostly flat, where there's hills and jungle, and the weather progressively gets worse throughout the movie.
As one might expect with a hurricane.
Yeah, so it starts off, you can see it off in the distance. By like the second act, it's dark and it's starting to rain. And by the third act, it's a full-on storm going on. There's waves hitting the beach. The Predator, the Predator, because of the rain and stuff, he can't use his cloaking device, because originally that was a weakness of it. I think they kept it for pretty much all of them, too, where if it gets wet, the cloak goes off.
I think so.
At
least in this.
I don't remember the Super Predator could cloak while wet, but I don't remember if that comes up or not. He could. He mostly just didn't give a shit about cloaking anyway, which was kind of dumb.
Yeah, I mean, he was bulletproof, so.
Yeah. The one I have I wouldn't want it to be bulletproof, but I would like a scene where it gets shot and you like see it start bleeding, but it doesn't really slow it down in the fight, and then afterwards it goes and heals. It's kind of like the one when it gets shot in the knee.
Yeah, I mean, he booked it pretty far before he took care of it.
Yeah, so like, Predator gets like I don't know, one of the pirates stabs him with a musket and then shoots him.
And he's like tears him in half basically, because he's right there.
Just claws his head off or something. But yeah, I think that would be how I would do that. And then the drama would be basically there's a storm coming, the British are coming, and they don't want to go to prison, obviously. You could also have them carrying some loot with them, so they have something really valuable that the British want back. I'm not entirely sure what it would be, but
some kind of golden MacGuffin.
Mm-hmm. You could also make another character be one of the British guys, like a British officer who's charged with getting these guys. He's dead set on it. And eventually, he fights the Predator and loses. Then the Predator goes and he fights the pirates, and it's a basically, because a lot of it's based around sports hunting. I think I would probably almost at the end of this one try to switch it to something kind of like a rodeo. Well, that's a bad example. Like bullfighting. So at the end of this one, it'd be more like bullfighting, where the Predator, he's not worried about stealthing around. He wants his one-on-one brawl with this pirate he's decided is the good prey.
So he's just going around murdering everyone right then and there.
Yeah. So at the end of the movie, there would be a lot less people alive than there would be at the beginning.
Naturally.
Well, yeah, I mean, like, you'd want to kill people slowly off throughout the course of the movie and have a few left by the end, and then have the final brawl. One thing I would like to do to have the Predator, how he gets defeated, is the way I would want to do it, is there's like a cannon on the beach from that ship I was talking about, like, and he just goes and he just like, loads it up with just a bunch of random shit off the ground because he doesn't have a cannonball. And he just shoots the Predator with that and basically shotgun blasts him. So, it knocks him down, fucks him up, and that's why he's not moving.
Yeah, it had to even be a cannonball. I mean, I think a blunderbuss could do that pretty well.
Oh yeah, I guess you could have him find a blunderbuss off a dead guy and he shoots the Predator with that.
And he goes to pause, Flintlock's like, this will end it, and it's like, click, click. Shit, no.
Yeah, he like puts the flintlock to the Predator's head and he pulls the trigger and the gun just doesn't work. So then he's like, lucky day. He's like, drops on the Predator's face and walks away. Because, the Predator would be bleeding pretty bad at this point. Laid out on the beach. And this guy just kind of walks off.
With the gold.
Yeah, with the gold.
Or treasure, or whatever.
On the pirate ship as the hurricane passes, and he hops on the British ship that or his ship or whatever that no longer really has anyone to crew it, but he throws the gold on there and sails away on the ship, and the Predator's just kind of left on the beach, fucked up.
I think that would be a pretty neat ending, or like a cool final shot. Just have the pirate like walking along the beach. To a ship carrying a chest.
And the last shot of the movie would be the pirate sailing off out into the sea, and the Predator's just kind of laying there. And then maybe like the camera zooms in on the Predator, and you see I think it was Freeman was on the gun, or Springfield. That could be the guy's name.
It doesn't tell you his name throughout most of the movie. They just refer to him as Captain.
Yeah, then
I think that'd be a pretty stellar thing, because, I mean, sure, most people probably wouldn't get it, but there'd be some who would. Mm-hmm. Like, wait, there was a flintlock at the end of the second movie.
Yeah.
If you weren't allowed
that's
to direct.
That's what he could say. He shoots, the pistol doesn't work, he laughs, and he looks at the Predator and he says, "Take it," and he throws it to the Predator and then leaves.
Oh my god. Yes.
That'd be a lot better. Because that's what the Predator tells the guy, too. He's like, "Take it."
That would be so good.
A lot better than Predators hunting autism. To become the weaponized soldiers of the future.
On a planet that killed humans.
I don't really get how human DNA would help them evolve.
I mean, concerned they're bigger, faster, stronger, smarter, older.
I mean, I'm pretty dyslexic, so I don't really think my dyslexia would help a Predator if he decided to drink my spine juice.
What are you talking about? He would gain the ability to not read terrible poems. He'd basically, at that point.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh,
yeah,
geez.
As far as, I mean, come on, weaponized dyslexia, it's the next stage. I mean, I probably don't know enough about all these different conditions to comment on it, but the idea that it's the next stage of human evolutions, I think really sends the wrong message about it.
It's just dumb.
It kind of, I don't know if, I'm not really sure. To me, it kind of sounds like anti-vaccine nonsense. But that is not really the topic we're talking about.
No.
I would definitely want practical effects. Just because...
As many as you can use. Yeah. Because CGI Predator doesn't look as good.
No, he really doesn't. And, if anything you'd want to add to this, or do you think that's probably enough?
No, I haven't really got a whole lot to add. I think it was a pretty good idea. You know, you get some Predator. You got a Predator hunting some pirates and some Brits across an island. While I think the Hurricane would be better.
Yeah,
because
so do I.
Could you imagine a scene where like it's all thundering and lightning and super rain, and you kind of just see the outline of the Predator murdering people?
Yeah, that would be pretty sweet. But yeah, just the big fight on the beach at the end, I think would be really cool. Where, you know, the pirates, they know there's a monster chasing them. The Brits probably don't know it's there.
Like the Predator's been killing off
pirates.
some of the Earth, but they think it's just like pirates or voodoo magic or some shit.
So yeah, they show up to fight the pirates at the end, and the Predator shows up and starts fighting everybody in a big old brawl.
I really dig it. I really dig your ending where the guy just says, you know, the pistol jams. He's just like, take it, and just chucks it, walks off into the sunset.
Yeah, because like you see the storm passing, or maybe it's in the eye of the storm or something. Maybe the eye of the storm, yeah, it might be a bad spot for him to leave, but he's a pirate and people don't have to know that. But yeah, so he takes his money and he sails away. His whole pirate crew has been killed. The Predator is defeated, not killed. So at the end would be the Predator lives and he lives. Just the Predator's fucked up. Because while I like the idea of the Predator being a super soldier and stuff, I mean, they do lose pretty much every encounter they're in. At least this one doesn't die.
Yeah.
You could, you could leave it to where maybe that's a dishonor on the Predator in Predator society. You could leave it like that.
I would say just leave it with him being crippled on the beach.
Yeah. Oh, he could do the laugh.
Yes, it starts laughing.
As he's sailing away.
I think that'd be really good because that would imply several different things.
While he's laughing, that's when it shows him laughing on the ground as he's spitting up blood and stuff. Is it just, you know, the camera pans down and it shows the gun that says Freeman or Springfield or whatever the name on it was.
Yeah.
But yeah, if anybody has any thoughts, comments, ideas, go ahead and let us know in the comments below. If you want to, you can always like the video. Helps out the channel, and I'd really appreciate it. Also, there's a subscribe button. I will ask for it occasionally. Peace out.
Have a good night.
Cold Pursuit. An awesome movie people should watch, by the way.
The movie is so weird.
I was not ready for what it was. But
I thought it was just going to be taken with a snowplow.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be taken with the snowplow as well, but it was much better than that.